right, guys, welcome back. Today we have a new type of video I haven't done in a long time. I have a good setup now. You know, it's gonna be great. So we're gonna do a Q&A today. I have a bunch of questions that you guys answered, or asked me, I should say, on Instagram, and I'm gonna give you guys some answers. So I guess we'll just start from the top and work our way down. I actually want to answer as many of these as I can. So this might be a longer YouTube video, it might not be, I don't know actually how many questions there are. Looks like there's a pretty good amount, not too many though. Not gonna go super in depth on each one of these, just kind of want to like touch on it, give you my opinion, and then move on to the next one. So again, make sure you subscribe, like this video, comment to help the algorithm. It means a lot to me. Thank you guys so much, and let's jump right into the video. First question from ndog97. How high? I want to preface this. I didn't look at any of these before. I answered like 2 or 3 of these on Instagram already, so I won't be touching on those. I have not looked at these yet, so this is gonna be super fresh, just right off the top of my head. How high did cardio get last nationals prep for you? That conditioning was sick. Actually, I believe the furthest I got up to with cardio was 40 or 45 minutes a day. And my calories didn't drop below 1800. I think I hit 1800 for like 2 weeks. And then we actually fed me into the show. So we upped calories to like 2000, 2100 into the show. Honestly, I didn't even feel like I was on prep. So kind of nuts. I appreciate you thought the conditioning was sick. I thought it was pretty good too. But now that I'm working with Cameron, I know that I can bring in probably 10 pounds leaner conditioning, and it's gonna look absolutely nuts. So that's another reason you guys should subscribe and follow me through 2023 prep, because it's just gonna be different. Good question there. Second question, Julio Caesar Castellon. Sorry if I'm butchering these names. I'm trying my best, guys. What are 3 essential subs? So, let me think here. If I could name 3 subs off the top of my head that I would suggest everybody takes for bodybuilding, obviously, I would choose creatine. First of all, it's gnarly. Creatine is like the closest thing you can get to PEDs without actually getting to PEDs. So definitely take creatine. It's gonna help your endurance in the gym. It's gonna make you look fuller. It's just a great supplement to use. So I definitely do creatine. Protein powder, more for just convenience for me. When I don't want to eat chicken or I'm on the go, I can always use a lean isolate protein. If you guys want to get your hands on ProSups protein, link will be in the description. Code Austin10 for all sups. And then the third one, I would say L-glutamine. A lot of people would argue that EAAs or something else might be better, but I think glutamine is essential, especially when you're bulking and you're trying to really put on size. You can be really sore after the gym the next day, even 2 days after, if you hit legs or something pretty hard. And glutamine kind of takes that edge off, and it makes it to where you're not as miserable, if that makes any sense. So great question there. Third question, Chris1 Canales. I really don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, dude. When do you finally say, okay, I'm warm now for working sets? So he's talking about when I'm working my way up to my first working set, doing a certain exercise. Honestly, I just kind of do 2 warm-up sets, and then I kind of just tell myself I'm good. If I get under the bar, if I'm benching, or if I get under the bar when I'm squatting, or if I get under the hack squat or whatever I'm doing, and I'm like, my knees hurt, or my pecs are a little tight, or my shoulders are tight, I'll definitely take more time to warm those up and then go do some sort of like movement to warm them up. It's very important. Most of you guys know I tore my pec, and that's just simply from a lack of stretching and warming up. And also, like, my split wasn't great. I was hitting bench like 4 times a week. So definitely make sure you're recovering right, and then you won't have to worry about this as much, but still prioritize this at the beginning of your lifts. And before you jump into especially compound lifts, make sure you're stretching and stuff like that. So I guess I don't really have a great answer for that. I just kind of intuitively get under the weight and then push it when I feel like I'm ready to. Your body will tell you if you're ready or not. If something feels off, listen to your body. Definitely do that. All right. 4th question from Jonatali, whatever. How do you know when to stop cutting? Is there an ideal body fat percentage? I don't really know what you're asking here, if it has anything to do with like stepping on stage, or if you're just talking about like lifestyle, like a lifestyle approach. You know, definitely stop cutting when you feel like you're lean enough. You know, if you start realizing that you're looking smaller and you feel like you're losing muscle and not eating enough, then obviously you should feed yourself. Obviously you shouldn't cut down anymore. But I don't really think there's a point where you're gonna have to stop getting lean unless you're doing like a show and you realize that you're losing muscle, like I said. If you have the right coach, you have the right guidance, I wouldn't worry about this. Great question. That's a good question. I would love to have like a more in-depth conversation about that. So if you're watching this, dude, go ahead and like DM me or something and we can totally talk about that. All right. Question number 5. Can you tell us what your zodiac sign is? I feel like you're a Scorpio. I'm a Cancer. So I'm June 27th. I really don't know a ton about this stuff. I had friends in the past that were like super into this shit, and that's just not who I am. I really could care less my zodiac sign. And I think the things they have written out on the internet, and you know, the things that you scroll through Instagram and see zodiac pages, I think it's all just like it relates to everybody as a whole, and then you just are tricked into thinking it's for you specifically because you're so special with your zodiac sign. So I think that if you want to have a good life, and you should learn how to read other people and learn how to read yourself, and you'll be good. But good question. This is going to be the 6th question. Thoughts on rest pause sets. So I actually used to do a ton of rest pause sets when I was bulking like 2 years ago. I saw actually a lot of progress with that. You know, it's a great way to rush more blood into the muscle and get more hypertrophy. It's definitely just an intensifier. So you can do intensifiers in a lot of different ways. You can add like slower eccentrics, you can add resistance, you can add a rest pause set, a drop set, a cluster set, all these things you can do for intensifiers. And intensifiers are a great way to increase the hypertrophy during a workout. These are both by the same person, by the way. He asked me twice, and this is Richard Haynes. So these are both good questions. Best subs for recovery. All right, so like I already said, I put glutamine on this pedestal. I love glutamine so much. I think everybody should use it if you're working out. So obviously glutamine's gonna be number 1. Let's see, for recovery, number 2, honestly, creatine. I love creatine. Those two are great for recovery. You're also gonna get that increased performance in the gym. If you're an athlete outside the gym and you're not always just weightlifting, then you're also gonna see an increased performance from creatine and not as much muscle fatigue post-training, whatever your workouts are. If you're like an athlete or if you're in the gym and you're bodybuilding, you're gonna see benefits from both creatine and glutamine. And honestly, like those are like the end all be all. Obviously make sure your diet's right too. And those are really the only 2 I would suggest, to be completely honest. All right, any substantial benefit to using Carbolin as a sup? And this is from Papa Creole. Yeah, so Carbolin was good for a while. It's really expensive. So if you could find some other carb powder, you know, I just use Gatorade powder. I use it as an intra, and then I also have 20 grams. I drink 20 grams, I mix it up, I get the powder. It's way cheaper that way. I mix it up, and then I'll drink 20 grams with my pre-workout meal, and then I'll have 45 grams of the Gatorade powder in my intra shake with some BCAAs or EAAs. So that's a good question. I don't think there's a benefit to using Carbolin over like something like Gatorade powder. I think as long as you're like pushing it in the gym and you have carbs to fuel your workout, then you should be fine. I would definitely personally like to save money and not spend $69.99 on Carbolin and just get $8 Gatorade powder. That's a good question. All right, this is gonna be question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Question number 9. What do you do for damage control after overeating? And this is from Kieran Spruched. Kieran Spruched. I think I said that right. All right, what do you do for damage control after overeating? All right, so people are gonna have a lot of different perspectives and ideas on this and opinions, but personally, if I cheat on my diet and I'm on the off season, I'll just eat the rest of my meals through the day and act like it never happened. Some people will want to go do cardio and make up for it and do all these things to try to make up for it. But in the off season, notice how I said in the off season, if you feel like you need to go out and cheat and you're good on your diet 99% of the time and you cheat once, it's probably okay. Your body's probably so damn tired, you're probably mentally just fucked, and you need to go have a cheat meal. So go have the damn cheat meal and then don't think about it afterwards. Just go have it. Don't go crazy. Have one meal, like a normal size meal, not like 2 whole pizzas or like 4 burgers or these outright 5 tubs of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Like, just have one meal, whether it's a tub of Ben & Jerry's, whether it's just a burger or a couple slices of pizza. Have it, get it out of the way, and then don't think about it. Hit all the rest of the meals throughout the day. If it's the last meal of the day, fine. Wake up the next day like it never happened. Get back on the horse and kill that shit. Great question though. I get that question a lot actually. So let's see. Next question. Brian 30555. What gear you running right now? So I don't really want to get into this too much. Actually right now it's not too much. I'm actually just on TRT. I don't like using that term because it's something a doctor prescribes you, and I definitely don't have a doctor prescribing it to me. So I'm on 150 milligrams a week, which is like a pretty decent amount of test. Definitely probably more than my TRT, but we're cruising on 150 test. And then we're also taking 13 units of insulin on my training days. So that's all I'm taking right now is 13 units of insulin on my training days. 2 days I don't take that through the week. And then 150 milligrams of testosterone cypionate every single week. Good question though. All right, next question. Alex Davila, one of my OG clients, been with me for a long time. I always love his questions. Let's see what he has to say. I know everyone is different, but what is a good stage weight to have? Well, you already know the answer, bro. It's gonna be max that shit. So if you're my height and you can weigh 220, weigh 220. Don't come in any lighter than that. Unless you're just trying to test the waters and see how you stand, if you have a decent physique with good genetics, I would say max your weight cap. You specifically, bro, I think we're gonna come in pretty damn close to the weight cap, so I don't really think that's gonna be a problem. But definitely like max the weight cap. Why would you settle for anything less? Why would you cut yourself short when you could build and know you're coming into a show with such a better package? Don't cut yourself short, guys. Come in maxing your weight class. All right. Alex also asked me another question. How do you feel about this year's Olympia? All right, this is a question I've been waiting for somebody to ask me. How do I feel about this year's Olympia? Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and break it down for you guys because that's already gonna be the thumbnail. I already know it. My Olympia predictions, my 2022 Olympia predictions. That's gonna be the thumbnail. That's gonna be the title with the Q&A. All right, classic physique. Man, it's gonna be close. Not first place. Second, third, fourth, fifth, gonna be close. I'm gonna try to get on here and be unbiased and give my unbiased opinion because that's what the internet deserves, what you guys deserve. First place, C-Bum. He's not gonna move. I had my doubts for a minute, but the man looks nuts. So first place, C-Bum. He's gonna four-peat. Second place, man, it's gonna be really tough. Ramon looks absolutely insane if he can make weight. I've been watching Bodybuilding BS's YouTube channel, and bro, he had a great point. He's nowhere near his weight cap. I think he has like 20 pounds to lose or something, and he's already like dick skin shredded. So I'll put the link to Bodybuilding BS's video down below about Ramon, and I'll also put the one about Urs down below too, because I'm going to kind of phrase those as I go along here, because he's a great bodybuilding channel and he has a lot of great information. So Ramon looks nuts. Terrence looks nuts. Terrence posted this physique update today, and I'm like, dude, holy shit. Like, let me show you guys this if you haven't already seen it. This is absolutely insane. Let me see here. Dude, check this out. Like, this is the amount of size this dude put on. Also, he's almost at 1 million followers. Like, what the heck? I remember when Terrence was at like 150, 200,000. That's nuts. But look at this. this man looks absolutely insane. You guys can see the ring light reflection. Sorry about that. This guy looks absolutely nuts. So, you know, this is going to be a really stacked year for the classic physique Olympia. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay out my predictions right now. All right. First place, C-Bum. We already know that. Second place, as much as I want Urs to get second place, I don't think he brought up his back enough and his arms enough. So I'm going to have to give second place to Terrence again. I think it's going to be C-Bum, Terrence. This is all if they come in perfect. If they all come in dialed, if they all come in with the same conditioning and fullness they had last year, that's what I'm going off of. It's going to be C-Bum, Terrence, Ramon and Urs are going to have a hell of a time competing for this one. I'm going to call that right now. I'm going to call they move them around, they put them next to everybody else, and then they're going to be right next to each other. And I promise you they're going to ask them to just rotate through poses like crazy. That's definitely going to happen for 3 and 4 spot. All right, it's going to be C-Bum, Terrence, Ramon, Urs. I think Urs, unfortunately, is going to get 4th this year again. And then I think Breon's going to be kicked out to that 5th place, if not 6th place. I don't really know who would take Breon's spot in the top 5, but his waist is just getting bigger. His legs are going away. That happens as you get older, guys. Your legs, as dudes, and I think happens to girls as well, your legs just go away. You don't have that thick, full look in your legs anymore. And that's exactly what's happening to Breon. I mean, he still looks absolutely insane. Let's be honest. He won the fucking Olympia twice. He looks nuts. He used to compete in 212. I think he's going to have a very rude awakening, unfortunately, this year. As much as I love Breon, I think he's going to have to make a decision to either retire or I really don't know what he's going to do. So, I mean, his waist is getting too big and his legs are getting smaller. So I don't really see a place where he can fit in, unfortunately, anymore. But he's going to have to figure something out after this year because I think he's going to get kicked out of that top 5. The Open, I kind of already figured out who I'm going to place where. So I'll give you guys my top 5 right now for Open as well. Big Ramy, Derek Lunsford, Nick Walker, Samson, Hottie. That's what I'm calling. That's what I'm calling for my Olympia predictions. Guys, comment down below if you don't agree with me. Comment down below your guys' Olympia predictions for both Classic Physique and Open. And that's going to wrap up today's Q&A. Kind of a shorter video, but I wanted to kind of expand my Instagram onto my YouTube channel. And if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, I'll put my Instagram right here as well. I'll also put it down in the description. I'd love for you guys to follow me there. I'm trying to get all platforms up and, you know, to a pretty good number here so I can have a pretty good following amongst all platforms because you don't really know what's going on with the social media game right now. Everybody's so confused of what they want. Instagram's trying to be TikTok. TikTok's just being TikTok. YouTube kind of wants to become TikTok, but they don't know if they want to. So you don't really know what's going on. So if we can get big on all of them, then that's the best. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below your guys' Olympia predictions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.